breakout candidate heading into this year. I thought he would have a phenomenal season. Didn't necessarily play out that way, but he had 13 goals in the NHL last season. He scored basically every game, in the preseason this year, and I really felt like he was prone to break out. But he's on a good team, and the most difficult thing to do in the NHL is to be good on a contending team,
right?
Because you've got good players ahead of you, and he's still a young player.
So why did Hitchcock put him in the game?
Well, he had a good feeling. He wanted a player who could make plays, who could be strong, who could protect the puck on the fourth line. I mean, Ryan Reeves, Steve Ott, other players who have played in that role during the course of the playoffs, completely different players than a Dmitry Yaskin. This guy can make plays, has a little bit of scoring touch, and in tight, as we saw. He scored the game winner. Fourth line gets the game winner, man. That is play money in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs when your fourth line contributes.
Okay. Is it all about this run? Is it all about Brian Elliott in goal?
No, it's not. I think that Brian Elliott is a huge part of it. He's probably been their best player. And we all know just historically you're not going to have a run in the Stanley Cup playoffs or go deep in advance without getting saves and without a goaltender. And that's really been the one position that has plagued St. Louis historically.
Right.
And who would have thought, of all the goalies the Blues have had over the years, I mean, they've had some good ones, right? Grant Fuhr, probably got him a few years too late, but he was still a good goaltender. You think about Curtis Joseph, who was really, really good, went on to have a great career. I mean, there's been some other ones. You go back to the late 60s and Glenn Hall and Jacques Plante and all these guys. Who would have thought Brian Elliott could potentially be the guy to take this thing to the distance? But they got to finish things off tonight against Dallas. You can't get too far ahead of you. But in terms of the path to the Stanley Cup final, I don't think it's ever been better than it is right now.
Okay, all right, because Blues fans are all worried, oh, my goodness, the Blues are in trouble now. They're up 3-2.
Well, is that a bad thing?
Well, that's you talk to Blues fans, like, oh, boy, if they don't win it tonight, they might as well go home.
And let me clarify what I mean by that. And when I say that the path has never been better, I just mean they got through Chicago. The Los Angeles Kings are out.
All these teams are beatable.
All the heavyweights. I mean, it is truly wide open in the Western Conference.
Okay, now, who do they play if they win this series next?
Well, the winner of San Jose and Nashville. And that series right now has been really, really good, really entertaining. Started off 2-0 for San Jose. Nashville won 2 games in their building, including one deep into triple overtime. It was an amazing game.
Was that the game Saturday night? That started at 10 o'clock Eastern time?
Yeah, that was the previous game. See, now you're even watching the other games. See,
No.
He's watching every game.
I was not watching the other games, but when I was watching the Blues game, they said, and start, a full day of hockey, and at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. Well, 9 o'clock.
Okay, well, 9 o'clock for Nashville, which is absurd.
But if you stayed up and watched it, you were entertained. It was a 5-1 game.
I got up Sunday morning and went to church and watched the end of it.
There you go. So San Jose won that game. So they've got the 3-2 series lead on Nashville. They play Game 6 tonight as well. The Blues will play the winner of that series if they're able to get past Dallas.
Okay, well, how have we done against either one?
Well, against Nashville, they basically have owned Nashville the last couple of years.
There you go.
Nashville won the last game of the season, not last game of the regular season, but the last time they met, I think it was a 3-0 shutout, something like that. So Nashville won that last game.
And what about San Jose?
Well, if you remember, San Jose had a really good team. San Jose won some games that Scott traded. They were the best road team in the NHL during the course of the season. But the last time those two teams met,
I'll tell you what happened.
Brian Elliott was sensational in a 1-0 victory.
Oh, okay. San Jose was also the team that beat them the first time in 8 beat a 1, right? Back in 2000?
Oh, man. See, that was the last time I felt this much energy in St. Louis for the hockey team. Was in 99-2000, the year the Blues won the President's Trophy. Owen Nolan scores from the red line to beat Roman Turek.
Yes, very good. I was at that game.
And see, that's what I mean.
I was at that game with John Carney, believe it or not.
I'm glad you can remember that, actually.
I remember the beginning of the game. I don't remember the end of the game.
But you know what? That's what I mean. That's the one position that has just basically let this organization and the fan base down historically. I mean, they were the number 1 seed from the red line, Roman Turek. That's the ghost of Roman Turek continues to haunt this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andy, are you going to continue on with your expert analysis on KSDK Channel 5?
As long as they have me back, absolutely.
All right, good. And what about Hockey Sense?
And we'll be on Fox Sports Midwest, though, tonight, following the game.
Good.
Having a post-game show. And, of course, Fox Sports Midwest is doing post-game shows following every playoff game.
Gotcha. So tune in. The game starts at 7.
Yeah, Wednesday night is Hockey Sense, by the way.
Hockey Sense at O.B. Clark's.
Correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Andy Strickland. When is Game 7, if there's Game 7?
Well, and here's the thing. If there is a Game 7, which we're not expecting there to be, but you never know, there could be, that'll be Wednesday, which means Hockey Sense will be tomorrow night.
Gotcha.
But we're going to plan on Hockey Sense sticking
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I call confidence. Andy, have a good week.